Going to be making a quick YouTube video, and then I'm going to get on to making a private mastermind video about a date that I found in April that is really, really important, and that's going to take me a while to get into. So I just wanted to do a quick recap of yesterday's video and some of the TA we did on that. And I'm just going to start this off by playing a little clip of that video.
So CME opened last night, and immediately the price started plummeting. Today we're seeing a little bit of a correction. So I would assume that this could get pulled back to the 21 moving average and then probably get a nice healthy bounce.
Yeah, so as you're seeing in that video, we were discussing yesterday that this pullback to the 21 EMA, which is right here, is pretty much exactly what happened. Let's just go to only the 21. You could see this orange line. We have 21, and then I'm going to press OK. And we can see the wick came perfectly down to that. In yesterday's video, when we were trading around the $57,000 range, I believe. So we had the pump towards 61,700 over the weekend, and I was discussing in yesterday's video how that wasn't making me happy because I assumed that we would have a return, because when the institutions miss the boat, this is a saying, when the institutional money misses the boat, they pull the boat back to them. So this move up right here from the 58 when we broke out to that 61 is very reminiscent to me of January 29th, when Elon Musk changed his Twitter bio to the Bitcoin emoji on Twitter. So when he did that, as you can see, the price on speculation pumped pretty significantly. It failed the golden pocket, which is the 786 to 618 if you pull a fib from the swing high down to the swing low at the time. And when I saw that rejection, I knew that that was a little bit awkward. And then as you can see, we got pulled back to the 21 EMA. And we just rode that 21 EMA until we were really ready to break out. And again, this structure of breaking out on the 8th, exactly a month after the high, that it's just so beautiful to see how these dates work. And then we had some liftoff, right? And I've been discussing for quite a while now that I believe that the breakout was supposed to happen near the end of March. So this move up here was absolutely coordinated to hit a certain price on a certain date. And it's just the way that Bitcoin works. And this channel, we've been going over that time and time again. So just a quick TA run through on this, and then I'm going to do some TA on a couple altcoins that I've been getting questions about. So I'm going to move into the 3-day chart, and this closes today. So what I don't like right now is this bearish engulfing. As you can see, the candle body on this candle that's about to close is slightly below the candle body of the previous 3-day closure. And it's also closing slightly below the previous highs. So that's telling me there's a sign of weakness, and there could be a potential for more downside. Now, I'm not trying to say that there will be more downside. I'm saying there's potential for more downside, okay? So, I believe that that is something to look out for. Again, the way that Bitcoin works is it can just pump right back up to 57,000 in the last 30 minutes of the daily close. This is so coordinated. The way that the algorithms and the AI bot technology is where it's at right now is so sophisticated, it would blow people's minds. And I could just show you a basic way of examining this. So was the 14th the daily close? Yes, it was, because yesterday was the 15th. Okay, watch. So the 14th, right? Let's go to the hourly chart, and let's scroll back to the 14th. I'm just going to turn off all my indicators and just show you price. Okay, so we have the 14th, and we're closing right there. So remember, in the USA, there was daylight savings time. It shifted up the daily close 1 hour, and it made it now at 8 p.m. So what that would look like is 20. And as you can see on the hour of 19 before, look at how just normal the trading was. And then right there, the last hour of the weekly close, a huge $1,200 down candle, right? Okay, so I'm sure if we even go down to lower time frames, like the 30-minute, we could really examine when this started to occur. Boom, right there. You can see that's a 30-minute candle that came in with all of that red. Perfectly normal price action, and then right there, we get to 30 minutes before the close, and then we have a $1,400 move down. Okay, so this is proof of this. I don't like using the word manipulation. If you ever hear me say manipulation, trust that I'm saying it from a higher consciousness level. All of this is manipulated. It has to be. If it regards to money, it's manipulated, period. So that when you hear that word, don't think negative or positive, just be emotionless. But this is proof that they can come in the last 30 minutes and then just blast this down to get to a certain level to make it so it triggers everyone's stop losses, gets retail scared, especially leverage traders, and then they'll be like, let's move it up a little bit, and then they just tank it on you. Okay, this is so coordinated on emotion, right? They're like, yay, we're having a really bullish weekly close, and then boom, right? Weekly closes right here. They push it up, get you excited again because it looks like it's going to make a new high in the structure, and then they just say, fuck you. And then you have this big Bart Simpson head. So I've been doing this long enough now to the point where if you guys watched the video the day before, in my mastermind, I was discussing how we are going to have CME open on Monday. That CME opening is going to bring this boat back. And yesterday's video discussing where the boat would be brought back to in the immediate short term, the 21 EMA, we saw that exactly happen last night. So this TA is working out really good for you guys, even here for free on YouTube, and I hope you appreciate it. So I'm going to move on. One more thing is this 200 EMA, okay? It's officially at 30,000. That makes me extremely bullish, right? Because this 200 EMA on the daily, if anyone knows, is rock bottom. So if we were to have a flash crash, we're looking at 30K Bitcoin. And that makes me really, really stoked because anyone who got into Bitcoin in the 10,000s, even if you go back to my first couple YouTube videos, I barely had any following, right? Just go back and watch those videos if you want to see me talking about Bitcoin when it was $10,000 or $11,000. Even those were extremely educational, being that I was new to posting stuff on YouTube. So we're looking at a $30,000 bottom. Beautiful. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to go to XRP really quickly because XRP is having a nice bullish day. And one of the things I want to get into is how this type of price action where we just see an exorbitant move up and then a high wick tells me that there's a lot of sell pressure at that 52-cent level right now. And this is kind of like the crystal ball, okay? If you get to see these sorts of wick rejections on XRP, it tells you why they're doing it, okay? And then look back to the support we had for that short period of time, right? It's exactly at that 52-cent level. So what this is telling me is the next time we break and close a daily above 52, it's going to get absolutely crazy in here, probably straight to $1. I'm not trying to be a hype boy. It's just XRP is so undervalued and also so suppressed. And I'll tell you the big reason why it's so suppressed is because this is in the hands of the retail investor. When the whales step in, they step in for a quick moment and then they dump it on you. And then they let you fuck around with it. And that's something people need to understand. This is the whales game in XRP. And they don't hold. They are not holders. They're using USDT to manipulate this. And it's hilarious when people who are like XRP army for life, people who don't own any Bitcoin because of whatever reason, first of all, you're not going to find this on this channel. XRP is my second biggest holding, but Bitcoin's my first biggest holding. I believe both will do well in this new world order. I don't have any emotion tied to either. They're both going to do well, period. With that being said, When people discuss Tether and Tether manipulation and how Bitcoin's only going up because of Tether and yada yada, no, it isn't, okay? Bitcoin's not only going up because of Tether. Bitcoin has CME futures. It has insane open interest in all regards. The OTC market is completely uh, wiped dry. There is no Bitcoin left, okay? 74% of all Bitcoin is currently illiquid. Compare these statistics to XRP and then come back to me. Ripple can literally mint more XRP if they wanted to. There's no mining protocol. People talking about how energy consumption and this and stop that. That's insanity. Don't worry about energy. Don't worry about none of that. All of that stuff about not being resourceful and environmentally sound. And do you really think that the people who operate the World Bank and who operate this planet give a fuck about nature? Seriously, do you really think they give a shit about this world? I mean, come on now. This agenda to discuss climate and the politics around climate is purely to make them profit more. It is a profit scheme for them to push everyone into this AI, electronic vehicle, no carbon, carbon tax you, give you a work from home tax, all of that shit. It's all tied into that Green Deal. That it's bullshit. XRP is not going to save the world because there's no mining protocol. That's insanity. That's one of the biggest reasons why XRP struggles. Period. There's no scarcity. So what are you betting on? You're betting on utility, and that's okay. I agree. I hold a lot of XRP because I know one day this moment is going to happen right here. But until that day comes, the reason why it looks like this is because there's no scarcity at all. There's no reason for anyone to trust that there's scarcity either. And that's something that Bitcoin will thrive on. That's something that once Ethereum figures out what they're doing, they will thrive on. I mean, look at Yearn Finance. If anyone goes back to that moment in the summertime where Yearn Finance went from like 1,000 to 40,000, that was all based on the speculation of scarcity. That shows you how powerful that is. Okay? And I'm not trying to say that scarcity is everything. Utility matters too. But remember, XRP is the New World Order coin. It's the coin that ties the banks into this cryptocurrency digital world. Bitcoin and all these cryptos weren't meant to be that way in terms of the white paper and in terms of their solution. Okay? But enough of the rant. Trust me, I hold a lot of XRP. I trade XRP, so it is in my best interest that it goes up. But everyone who's giving FUD about all the other cryptos who have mining protocols and this and that, and talking shit about Bitcoin because of whatever, they're emotional and they don't understand. They're not conscious. They don't understand how this really works. The quantum financial system will not only be XRP and XLM. I will bet everything on that. It will not just be those two. You have a Maribor running Ethereum, and you have Bitcoin being held as a new store of value so that they can lend against their Bitcoin so that they can make speculative plays in other positions. Nobody's using their XRP to lend again. Yeah, I mean, I don't even need to get into that. There's so much more to get into, and I'm just rambling at this point. But the long and short of it is XRP is on the verge of a breakout, and we could see it today. All it needs to do is clear that 52-cent level, which I went over in my content a couple days ago. We drew this box out together for our prediction, and in this box it shows us March 18th is a date we're looking for, and I strongly believe that day will come soon. So I'm going to do a freestyle TA really quickly on XLM because I keep getting a bajillion questions about it. So XLM is just building and consolidating to give previous resistance a new support. This 40-cent level, if it continues to close dailies below this 21, this orange moving average, it's just going to continue to trickle down. This move that it did was absolutely parabolic, and it's having a structure where it keeps making stair steps, and that's nice. But this is the first stair step that looks to me like it's losing a little bit of It's losing a little bit of strength. So I just want to let you guys know, if you look right here, these moments where it starts closing multiple dailies below the 21, that's an accumulation position for XLM. But the fact that it's a little bit, it's up in the clouds right now. So just be careful for anyone. The one thing that's nice though, the daily RSI is like basically reset around that 45 level. So that's great. When MACD crosses bullish, which looks like it'll probably happen pretty soon, yeah, I mean, I could see XLM breaking onto new all-time highs, especially if XRP breaks out soon. Quick on Chainlink. I wanted to discuss how Chainlink to me is reminiscent of Ethereum back in March 2017. So people need to remember that Ethereum went from, I think, $7 to $1,400 over the course of 13 months. Okay? That's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not saying that Chainlink will go to $1,400 in January or February of next year. I do think I could see something like 500 as a possibility. But this move, when Ethereum went to like the $20 or so range, it had a nice pullback. And then the next move it made up was like the $50 to $60 range. Again, go back to March 2017, which was exactly, is that 4 years ago? Yeah, exactly 4 years ago. Look at those charts. And literally, this dip, this little backup phase, yeah, and it melted up 50 bucks, 60 bucks, retraced a little bit, and then it just started going to the hundreds. So in my mastermind content, I was discussing that, how the next big move up for Chainlink is around 50 to 60 bucks. And that'll only probably happen in the event that Bitcoin heads up to a new high in 70s, 80,000s, and then pulls back. That would be a good moment for Chainlink to continue up. But I mean, just look at this Chainlink chart. Like, you see this white trend line. It went all the way from like what, $8 to 37 bucks. So the fact that it's cooling off and all these YouTubers are like getting bearish, it's like, chill out, man. This is amazing. It's one of the best buying opportunities you could have ever gotten. $7 or $8, even a $10 Chainlink. You 4x your money in the course of a couple months. Chainlink's going to be a monster in this new financial system. And I would feel more confident betting on Chainlink than I would on XRP, honestly, now that I know more about the technologies and I understand more about this sector. Anyways, and then VeChain. Last will be VeChain. As you can see, my average buy-in on VeChain is 0.1, less than 2 pennies, and we're sitting today at 7 cents. This has so much more upside. When it was just consolidating right here while all the other cryptos were pumping, and then now it's pumping, it's pretty hilarious because we've been talking about VeChain. Like, yeah, oh man, it's just crazy to like remember buying into VeChain around the summertime, and then it took this long for it to pop off the way that it has been. But obviously, the next big target would be 10 cents. Once it clears 10 cents, I would hope that it has some consolidation and not just be like Cardano, where Cardano went up in a straight line. I actually think the VeChain chart is one of the most healthiest charts for one of those like New World Order cryptos. One of those cryptos that's tied to the Chinese Communist Party. It's going to do extremely well. Not financial advice, of course. So I'm going to end the video there. Went off on a lot of different thoughts. And just want you guys to know, if you want to join the mastermind, I have the email for that down in the description box. Let me know if you have any other questions, and enjoy the rest of your day in the Matrix. Peace out.